Okay. I met David Tennant a couple days ago. I'm not okay. Do you see how tightly I am holding onto this man? He's leaning in the picture, and I kind of look like an angry cat where I'm like, I don't know why I always lean my head down. Whenever I'm really excited meeting someone, I lean my head down for the smile, like, lift your chin up, honey. Like, why? Why do I put my head down? But yes, I'm a David Tennant. Backstory on Doctor Who. Whew, I kind of suppressed the trauma because it was during the time I was dating my ex and I really got into Doctor Who. Don't even know how I got introduced to it. But around the time I was dating my ex, I was really into Harry Potter and Doctor Who. Backstory. So, I want to say right after high school, I graduated in 2016. Next year, I will be 10-year reunion, which doesn't seem real. Next year will be a 10-year reunion of graduating high school. I'm not okay with that. So that means I'm going to be 29 at our 10-year reunion. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Oh, I just got goosebumps. Okay. Because, long story short, couldn't learn how to talk till age 5 or 6. Started school a year late. My birthday's in April, so I graduated school at 19. Backstory. Done. So, I was a very shy child. Like, I'd be myself at home, but because I knew all these, I didn't really know these people in school, like, but hey, I go to school with them every day. Like, we don't really interact with each other in the hallways, but I still had that shyness and seclusion that I'm not going to be myself around these people because I'm not going to know you guys in years. We may have our reunions, but am I going to interact with you guys? No. But you think with that mentality, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm going to be myself. Who gives a fuck what people think? No. I was very shy. Outside of school, I was perfectly fine. I was my usual happy, crazy personality self. But at school, I secluded it. And I was a very shy kid. So, I didn't have a lot of friends. Like, it sounds weird, but I was an outcast in a group of outcasts. At one point, I was friends with the alternative emo people, and they thought I was too crazy. But all of a sudden, I'm in another type of outcast group where they are the crazies. But I actually toned down my craziness, and I was an outcast of that group. I don't know how I'm an outcast of outcasts, but apparently it's a thing. I don't know if everyone else was like that, but that was me. I was an outcast in 2 different groups of outcasts. Don't know how. I only have one friend in my entire school that I'm still friends with, Jessica. So, I had a lot of friends. No, I wouldn't say I had a lot of friends. I did have a few close friends. Then as school years drifted apart, stopped being friends. That would be Cheyenne, Kennedy. Was I friends with Shaylin, Brianna? I don't know. Kat. She went by, her name's Caitlin, but she, at the time, she used to be Kat. Carrison. Alyssa? Leah? Well, Leah's not really, she wasn't my friend in school. She was my friend during the job program. So, I didn't really have a lot of friends. Cheyenne was childhood friend. And early middle school, it was Kennedy. Then going into middle school again, it was also Carrison. High school, it was Kat. Shayla and Brianna, I don't know if we were really friends, but they were like the only people to come. Shayla, Brianna, and Kat were the only people that really came to my birthday. So, yeah. And then Kat also came to my graduation party. There was also Rosie. Her real name was Renessa, but she went by Rosie. And she came to my graduation party. Jessica couldn't come to my graduation party because I think she had scheduling conflicts and she wasn't able to come. And I couldn't go to hers because the same day as our graduation, which is when her party was, my family and I were leaving for a vacation to Destin, Florida. Jessica and I met, I want to say freshman year of high school. We did not really start becoming friends till about sophomore, junior year of high school. I could be wrong. But out of all the friends, or supposed friends that I had, Jessica was the one that stuck around. So, I don't know how we got so close, but I guess we realized that the people that we thought were our friends weren't really our friends. They just somewhat took advantage of us, or we just grew apart from them. But Jessica and I always stayed together. And we're still friends to this day. Friends for a long time. I want to say we met in 2012, but we didn't start becoming friends till 2014, and now it's 2025. Friends for 13 years. We didn't really start hanging until after high school, so around 2016. So I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. Jessica was really the only friend that stuck around. So that's my ride or die. I'll always be friends with her. We even thought about getting matching tattoos together. Like, what? So, as you can see, I didn't really have a lot of friends growing up. Like, I was nice to a lot of people in high school, but I wasn't the one to be like, oh yeah, we're friends. I'm friends with you, I'm friends with you, I'm friends with you, and you're friends with me. That wasn't it. But I would compliment people in the hallway. They thought I was nice and everything. Some people would compliment my hair or my outfit and everything. And that's it. So, yeah. So after high school, I know a lot of people in high school, they would get a part-time job and also work high school. Then they also have their extracurricular activities like their sports, their band, choir, that type of thing, or theater. I didn't. So after high school, my mom was like, it's time to get a job, and I was having issues getting a job because I'm out of high school with no job experience. How am I going to get a job? We go to a summer job program called Ohio Means Jobs. This is right before I met Alec. This was a year before I met Alec, I think. So let's skip to that part. Ohio Means Jobs Summer Youth Program. It lasts from June till, I want to say, mid-August or nearing September. It was just a summer program. It was only for a few months. So, the second year I'm into this program, I meet Alec. My ex. He had a girlfriend at the time. Her name was Tala, I believe. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if their parents didn't like them dating or something, or she was moving. I don't remember. But how would you react if you and your boyfriend are hanging out with another girl? You think that would be like, hey, maybe she likes you. But Alec and I became genuine friends, even though he was dating her at the time. We actually all three hung out, which I kind of thought was a little weird. I'm like, why can't just Alec and I hang out as friends? Why does your girlfriend have to be here? It was a little weird. I tried making friends with her, but I was more so friends with Alec, and he was in a relationship with her. It was a weird thing. But they ended up breaking up, and Alec and I started dating like maybe a month after they broke up. He wrote me a long text message and everything saying, hey, I really like hanging out with you. Do you want to date? Pretty much. And around the time I was into Harry Potter and Doctor Who. Don't even know how I got introduced to Doctor Who. I think my mom said she liked it when she was a kid. She wasn't really allowed to watch a lot of stuff, but I think Doctor Who was one of it. was one of the things she was allowed to watch as a kid. So I don't know if she introduced me to Doctor Who, or I was watching Harry Potter at the time. I'm like, who is this David Tennant person? I look him up and be like, oh, he's in Doctor Who. Why don't I start watching Doctor Who? I think that might have been it. But I really got into Doctor Who a lot. To the point that when Alec and I broke up, we only dated for a few months. I think mainly the reason of that was because I was the one girlfriend that would not have sex with him. So, and I'm like, I'm not being forced into sex. So he's like, I like us better as friends. We're not as compatible as I thought we were. These are his words. So, honestly, I don't care. Looking back, I'm like, I found that attractive. I thought he was cute. He's not. Think of Nat Wolff from Naked Brothers Band. I don't know if y'all watch Nickelodeon, but that was a TV show called Naked Brothers Band. I don't know why it's called that. But it was two brothers, Alex and Nat Wolff. Nat was the older one. Alex was the younger one. And he kind of looks like Nat Wolff a little bit. You would probably recognize him as live action Light from Death Note on Netflix. And honestly, it looks like Alec. But Nat Wolff's more attractive. But after we broke up and everything, I decided I'm not going to associate with anything that I was a thing or a fan of when we were dating, because it would just remind me of him. That would mean excluding Harry Potter, excluding Doctor Who. Red plaid was our thing. It was what we wore on our first date. When I first met him, I was wearing red plaid. We would always wear plaid, and it just happened to be red. So I stopped wearing red plaid because of this motherfucker. And I hate that I'm like, oh, I can't love this thing anymore because it's what I liked during dating my ex. So I'm just not going to like it anymore. Doctor Who was still in the back of my head. Even after my ex and I broke up and I was liking Doctor Who and Harry Potter at the time. My ex even got me a Ravenclaw mug for Christmas when we were dating. We were supposed to go to a convention after we broke up where Matt Smith's 11th Doctor was actually going to be at a convention. I purchased a ticket only for Alec to be like, oh yeah, I can't go. Tickets were non-refundable. Couldn't find anyone to go with. And Matt Smith actually canceled. So I didn't get to go to that convention. So I was a little upset about that. But yeah, I loved Doctor Who. I don't remember all the Funko Pops I had, but I had the 12th Doctor's TARDIS with Clara's memorial painted on the TARDIS with the flowers and everything, and her portrait. I don't remember all the ones I had. I don't know if I had the 9th Doctor. I can't remember, but I think I had a 10th Doctor. I think I had 2 11th Doctors. I had regular 11th Doctor and Mr. Clever 11th Doctor. And I believe I also had Jodie Whittaker's 13th Doctor as a Funko Pop. Also had a Dalek. I think that's it. I don't remember. And any photos I have of Doctor Who are probably on my Kindle that I cannot access my photos, because for some reason every time I go into my photo gallery on my Kindle, I immediately get signed out of the gallery and it just clears and I go back to the home screen. I'm like, what is happening? I'm trying to view my photos and it won't let me. Don't know how. But apparently my mom's old email address and password, since I got that Kindle when I was 15 years old, still has parental controls on it. She can't remember her old password to unlock those parental controls. But with that old email address that she had, probably unlocks my Kindle so that I can get my photos. But she can't remember her password. So, I don't know how we're gonna get those photos back. But yeah, I stopped liking Doctor Who and Harry Potter after my ex and I broke up. And I regret that, honestly. I'm like, why am I changing myself and changing the things that I like just because I broke up with someone? Like, I should still love that thing. It should not be that, oh, I'm no longer dating this person. Anything I associate with him, I get rid of. Like, I should not be doing that. But I was young. Well, not really young. I was 20 and just turned 21 when we were dating, and he was 19. So, but that love of Doctor Who, it took a long time for it to die down in my head. But it came back. I can't remember when it came back, but when I found out that David Tennant was going to be at a convention, I'm like, I'm going. So, March 23rd, 2025. I meet David Tennant. I'm not okay. So, there's a whole Day the Doctor special where Matt Smith's 11th Doctor goes back in time and actually meets David Tennant's 10th Doctor and John Hurt's War Doctor, and they all somewhat work together to save their home planet of Gallifrey. I think that's basically the whole gist, and it's interesting to see 10 and 11 interacting with each other and basically doing like the same movements and everything. But when Matt Smith's 11th Doctor goes through a portal and meets David Tennant's 10th Doctor, he's looking at David Tennant and being like, I bet he's skinny. That is proper skinny. I thought it was a joke. Well, meeting David Tennant and getting a photo with him, you realize it's not a joke. He is actually that skinny. He doesn't look skinny. Well, kind of. I'm about 5'7". I want to say he's about 6 foot, 6'1". But he is skinny. I don't know if you can tell by my hands. My arms completely touch when I'm wrapping my arms around him. I don't know how. I'm like, he is skinny. So that made me nervous about the jacket I got. And the jacket I made for him, because that was a woman's extra large, reverting to a men's large, and he kind of looked like a medium. So, I mean, maybe around height-wise, maybe it would have fit his torso and everything, but it would have gapped. I have dust in this picture frame. I gotta get that out. But yeah, I wanted to give the jacket to him during our photo op. I was supposed to be meeting Catherine Tate too, but she ended up canceling. From what I heard, that she had a scheduling conflict and that there was another convention that she had to go to, so she canceled her Sunday at Fan Expo in Cleveland and went to a different city for a different convention. That's what I've heard, but I don't know if it's accurate. But I was supposed to get a group photo with David Tennant and Catherine Tate. And since I wasn't able to meet Catherine Tate, aka Donna Noble, I believe I am getting a refund, like a partial refund for my photo. Like, I paid for a ticket with David Tennant, but since I paid for Catherine Tate and she wasn't there, I'm getting that money back. But I wanted to give the jacket to David during our photo op. That did not happen because the people were very strict and they're like, anything you do not want in the picture, put on the table. I'm like, well, I have a jacket I want to give him. They're like, put it on the table. I'm like, okay. Now I was a little defeated about that, but I met David Tennant. I said, it's nice to meet you. I don't know why, when I'm freaking out, my common thing to say is, nice to meet you, you're amazing. I don't know why. But I didn't realize I must have still had this huge love of Doctor Who, and it somehow reignited into my head and everything, and reignited into my heart and everything. And that love of Doctor Who came rushing back as soon as I saw David Tennant. I didn't realize how much I would love meeting him, but you can see in the picture how tight of a grip I have on him, that I am pulling him in and he's leaning in the picture. But he's such a sweet person. He's like, hi, nice to meet you. He's a very sweet person. So after our photo op, it's time for the autograph. Sorry, I'm just checking the time, because I have to be at work at 1. Not 11 to 7, 1 to 7, which I don't get. I am sweating. So, after my photo op, I had a little bit of time to kill before my autograph. So, I pretty much just stayed in line for David Tennant's autograph, even though he was still doing photo ops. And apparently, he was trying to get all the photo ops done so he could do all these autographs, because he has a huge freaking line of people. So he's doing his photo ops as fast as he can. And when he's finally coming to his autograph table, the David Tennant line explodes. And they all go, wow! Everyone's waving their sonic screwdrivers and everything, because they're all in different Doctor Who cosplays. And they're all freaking out to meet David Tennant. And he's signing these autographs fast. He's interacting with each person and being lovely to all of them. But he is signing these autographs fast. I'm like, dang, this line is moving fast. Well, I guess to my turn. And I have the jackets in hand. And my photo is at the table, and they're like, well, that's not her. That's her. I don't know. They're looking at my outfit and be like, yeah, that's her. I don't know. So I am in front of David Tennant. And I'm like, hi, it's nice to meet you. I don't know what it is. I could be totally freaking out, like heart pounding, hyperventilating, shaking. Sometimes nervous giggles come out when I'm very nervous and everything. But as soon as I'm meeting a person that I wanted to meet, like a creator, for some reason that nervousness gets put to the side, and I immediately know what I'm gonna say, and I interact like a normal person. Then as soon as I'm done meeting that person, the nervousness gets kicked back in, and I'm like, oh my god, I just met him. I'll be like, oh my god, I'm freaking out, and be like, hi, it's nice to meet you. And, oh my god, I just met him. I don't get it. I don't know how I do it. But I'm in front of David Tennant. Now I say, hi, it's nice to meet you. I just want to say thank you for being a part of my life. And I made you this. I put the jacket in front of him. He's like, you made this. I'm like, yeah. And I'm showing him that it says TARDIS Time Lord, yeah, with the 2 hearts, his silhouette with the TARDIS inside his silhouette. And he really liked the sonic screwdrivers on the sleeve. He said, this is amazing. Thank you so much. I said, you're welcome. I know Catherine Tate's not here, but I did make a jacket for her as well. And maybe next time you see her, you can give her this jacket. He's like, absolutely. I'd love to give it to her. And he said, thank you so much. I love it. It's amazing. And thank you so much. And he took my jacket. Like, I can't. I wish I could have given the jacket to him during our photo op and him wearing it. But that didn't happen. Hayden, when I met Hayden, I'm like, does he want to wear my jacket? No, he's like, no, we're holding this up for the picture. And ironically, he said that he doesn't wear red plaid a lot. The jacket interior of Hayden's jacket that I made him had a red plaid interior. And I'm like, hey, the inside of my jacket matches your shirt. I was like, oh, that's weird. Like, that's a coincidence. But I'm here thinking, does he want to put this jacket on for the picture? He's like, nope, we're holding this up for the picture. We gotta show this masterpiece. We gotta show this off. So, and I wish I did that for the Flash as well, meeting Grant Gustin. I gave him the jacket during our photo op, but he ended up putting it, he said, "Thank you, it's amazing, you made this for me." And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Thank you so much." And then he put it on the chair next to him. He said he had it. Then when I interacted with him at his autograph table, I told him about the jacket, and he said that he actually does love it and he does have it. And his handler said, "Oh yeah, every jacket, everything, every gift he gets, he keeps." I'm like, ah! Unfortunately, with Hayden, I did not order an autograph ahead of time. So by the time I was trying to get an autograph, they decided, oh, we're close to closing the convention, because I was in that line for almost 2.5 hours. That is when they said, oh yeah, we stopped accepting card payments for autograph. Like, we only accept cash, and I didn't have cash. So I waited in that line for like 2.5 hours, only to find out I was not able to get my photo with Hayden signed. Willow, come here. Come here. Come here. Willow, come here. Come here, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Willow, come on. Come here. Come on. If I get up, you're going to run. See? I get up and you run. My cat. So yeah, got a photo of Grant Gustin, and he loved my jacket. He did not hold it up for the picture. He just set it on the chair next to him, and he said that he really liked the jacket, and his handler said any jacket he gets, he keeps. Any gift he gets, he keeps. Hayden, he's like, we're holding this up for the picture. Tried doing it with David Tennant, and their security was very strict, and they're like, oh, anything you don't want in the picture, put it on the table. And I'm like, well, I have this jacket, I'm going to give it to him. And they said, nope, put it on the table. But then I gave my jacket to him during our autograph panel, and he loved it. I hate that we had to leave early to leave Cleveland and go back to Columbus, back to Westerville, and I missed his panel. I missed David Tennant's panel. Apparently, it got naughty, and I missed it. They were talking about, have you ever had a Buckeye? And they were very explicitly describing this Buckeye being like this thick, melted, dark liquid coats a peanut butter ball. And you still have this piece of peanut butter just sticking out. And it's this thick, melted chocolate liquid solidifies. I'm like, why are they making this erotic? It's a Buckeye. It's chocolate and peanut butter. It's basically like a Reese's. Why are you guys making this erotic? I missed it. And I wish I could have asked him the question, because at the beginning of his panel, he jumps onto the stage with such ease that the person he's on stage with, he's like, wow, you got that bounce. I can't. He's like, the way you hopped on the stage is like, I need to have that bounce. And David's like, oh, you definitely have that bounce. And I'm just here thinking, Tigger? And that would have been my question. If I got to go to the panel and actually ask David Tennant a question, I would have been like, have you seen that meme of the 9th Doctor being a tiger, 10th Doctor being Tigger, and the 11th Doctor being an uncoordinated house cat? And if he saw it, does he agree with it? But considering he was talking about bouncing at the beginning of his panel, I'm like, well, this might be accurate. David Tennant might be Tigger. This is kind of accurate. I would have also asked him, what did he think about the meme? Does he agree with it? And who would Matt Smith, 11th, 12th, Peter Capaldi, 13th, Jodie Whittaker, 14th, improved David Tennant, and 15th, New Teeth? What would they actually be, a cat, or would they be a cat character? That kind of thing. So, I hate that I didn't get to go to his panel, but I've seen a few clips on TikTok and everything, and I'm like, I wish I'd gone to that panel. But if I ever get to meet David Tennant again, I'm making sure I'm getting a photo op, autograph, panel. Same thing for Hayden Christensen. I got the photo op, did not get his autograph, and did not get to go to this panel. But, yep, I'm a David Tennant. I'm not okay.